Ian Davidson is the chair of the Scottish Affairs Committee and the MP for Glasgow Govan. Good evening, Mr. Davidson, and thank you for coming in. I think we should start by getting the spat with Isabel Fraser of Newsnight Scotland out of the way. Would you perhaps like to give us your perspective on what occurred in that situation?
Well, it all started when Newsnight Scotland introduced that long-haired hippie layabout student as an expert. For God's sake, how could a student who couldn't even speak English kept quoting ancient Spanish at me? Latin, I believe. How can he be classed as an expert? He's still at school. Obviously, he was an SNP arsehole.
Well, Mr. Tickell is actually doing a PhD. He already has his degree. He's hardly still at school.
Aye, but he was an SNP plant. Didn't he have a tie on? Hadn't he washed for a week? And that bloody Fraser knew it. It's quite obvious that Newsnight Scotland and that bitch Fraser were in cahoots with Tickell, trying to entrap me, but I know how to deal with these stroppy women.
Yes, Mr. Davison, I believe you have form with the ladies. An incident with an SNP former member of your committee, Dr. Whiteford, during which you threatened to give her a doing.
You see, that's typical of the lies that are told about me. Everybody thought I was meant to bend her over a table, and she would be so lucky. But in fact, I only meant to give her a slap. She was asking too many embarrassing questions. Proving Scotland could flourish as an independent country, it had to be stopped. We'd already got the report we were going to publish for Cameron and Co., so it couldn't be changed, just because she wanted the truth tell. Besides, the politics, the odd smack, it's all part of the game, and just because you're a doctor and wear a skirt doesn't mean you're immune to a kick up the arse. You have to understand, these SNP scum get everywhere, forever interfering with the real MPs at Westminster. For God's sake, they're mad. They think you can let the people of Scotland decide their own future. That bloody Salmon, for instance, wants to decide the question himself. We can't let that happen. What if they were to actually vote for independence? But Mr. Davidson, surely that's the point of the referendum, to discover the will of the people of Scotland. Idiot! You simply don't understand. No, you don't. The point of the referendum is to shut them up, so that Westminster can continue as it always has. My God, can you imagine what might change if they actually got away with this? Bad enough with free prescriptions. We could end up with free travel, more free education, free nursery places, free childcare, subsidised train travel, a living wage. My God, the Labour Party would never get another vote again. And what about me? No more jollies abroad? I might not get my MP's pension? How can I sit in the House of Lords? I'd have to move to England. Permanently. No, the question will be, that is the unionist preferred question, of course. Why vote SNP when all you have to do is vote for me?
Mr. Davidson, your question doesn't even mention independence. It's got nothing to do with independence.
Of course not. We didn't want an independent Scotland. And of course, we at Westminster, remember, have the right to dictate. Dictate the timing, dictate who can vote, dictate when they can and where they can. And we intend to dictate the result of the vote. If we don't have them so terrified they don't want to vote at all, of course.
Hardly fair, Mr. Davidson.
Fair? Fair? Whose questions are you asking? Are you a member of the SNP? That cameraman, he's smirking at me. Is he taking the piss? Are you all laughing at me? Are you all undercover SNP? Westminster MP. I'll do for the law, yeah. You can't do this to me. You should only be doing what I tell you. I'm out of here. I'm gone. I've had it with you lot. I'll hate your job. You'll never work again. My God, man. I'm a man with respect. I'm a pillar of the community. You just can't treat me like this. I'll get yous all. Oh yeah, I'll see yous all jobless. Bastard SNP supporters. Bastards.
Oh, Mr. Davidson, what can I do for you? No, sir, I'm afraid I will not meet you in the yard for a square go. Goodbye.